You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and six-shield general, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up! Barak! Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to priest General Lahab.
Good morning, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
All right. Shalom, Israel. Quick sound check to make up. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me out there? If y'all could just hear me, just throw a 1. All right, con. I'm Swap. All right. Shalom, Israel. Salaki about the late start. The boost. That being said, I am Officer of 1,000 Awadia. This ISUPK Detroit law class under Hannah. 1,000 Awadia. Again, this is the ISUPK Detroit. Tonight we're gonna touch on a couple of different topics. And Locky, before I get to that, make sure y'all like, share these classes. Again, the important time that we get this truth out. Too many of our people, depending on upcoming election, to thinking that the president or the elected official that they put into office is the solution to the problems of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. None of that has ever helped us. Okay? None of those things has ever helped us. Think about the brothers and the sisters. Thought us having the right to vote, it's been going on. That's something that's been going on since the 60s. All that marching, all that civil rights movement, all that other stuff that our people was getting hung, dog sicked on them, water hoses, because they thought that voting, think of the hell that they went through, thinking that voting can change something. And now we see today, still believe that. I just feel sorry for you. That's about all I can say. Because we can see clearly that it has changed absolutely nothing. Fact, as a matter of fact, it has actually been detrimental to us. It made things worse for us. Okay? Because it gave our enemies, it allowed our enemies to move amongst us however they wanted to move. Thought by voting and loving everybody and all that garbage, it was good for us. In fact, exact opposite, it destroyed us. Okay? So that's the importance. That's the importance of sharing these classes, man. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can see that we actually have a solution for them. It's actually a real solution for them. Right? Actually a real solution. Not a bunch of words that mean absolutely nothing, that just sound good. And when the rubber meets the road, left standing there looking silly. Just running me right into my actual topic. I really wanted to touch on a couple of things before I got into my topic. Hey, plus we got a late start, so I'm gonna try to get a topic in first, and then if I have time, then I'll touch on a couple of things, kind of help brothers out. Okay. First thing I wanted to talk about was a continuation from what I was talking about last time I was back here. touch back on voting. It's not really a two-part class. It's just a couple of more to touch on because just saying a second ago, put too much trust into officials and we run to the booth and all of these things help us. It will not help us. Right? This is the first place we're gonna go. I want y'all to turn to Apocrypha. Asticus 12. $14. Okay, because this is that I find our people doing. We put too much of our trust into our enemies. That's actually what we do. But that's exactly what voting actually is. Voting is actually us putting our trust into our enemies. Right? Can't look to your enemies to solve our problems. Because our enemy is our problem. That's our problem. Our problem is put our trust in the people that want to destroy us. Versus putting our trust in the Lord who actually wants to deliver us out of the situation that we. Micah 2:10 say something heavy. It say this is not your place of rest, man. And it's not. This is not a place we're supposed to be resting at. This is not the end all for us, man. Lord, we have to understand that the Lord has something so much better in store. He wants to give us so much more than what we can possibly even imagine, especially inside of this kingdom. You can't even fathom the things that the Lord. Okay? We can't even, inside of this kingdom, we don't even understand what it means to be free. We don't understand that. We don't think, like our mind doesn't think like free people. You look at the oppressor, for example. You look at the oppressor, right? And you see him bungee cording and skydiving and all that other stuff. Those are free men. They free. They free and they just enjoying life. We don't think like that because a lot of times we live so much in fear of everything. We don't know what it's like to just live and be free. And that's something we won't experience inside of this kingdom. This is not our place of rest. This is not what the Lord had in mind. He looked at us and chose us as his people. Right? We put too much of our trust in our oppressor to solve the problems that he created. All right? This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. It says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips." Those things that we get promised and told and things of that nature by every time it's an election time and somebody wants you to vote them in. All that stuff, it sounds good. They gonna do this and they gonna do that and they gonna do this. And you think, and a lot of us don't even care what people say. We look at it and simply say, we black, so we gonna vote Democrat. Hey, how y'all look at it? Y'all vote is that simple. Black people should vote Democrat and don't vote for Republican. Y'all ain't paid no attention to what nobody is saying or anything. You don't realize they both are against you. Neither one of them is for you. No matter what they put into place, no matter what they say they doing, it all leads to your destruction. Only an enemy would do something to you. We have to stop. We have to stop believing in a system that was never set up for our benefit. That's what we have to stop doing. We got to stop believing. We got to stop believing in a system that was never set up for our benefit. Which ties right back into what I was saying earlier, the importance of sharing these classes. You have to come, you want to know what it's like to not live in fear. You come in here, man. You come in here, you put on all black, man. Getting this ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, man. We don't live in fear in here. We don't depend on the oppressor in here. But you have to actually come in here, though. Don't think you can run under some fake Israelite group. Because it doesn't work like that. They'll have you in the army and in the Navy and all kind of stuff, man. They'll have you still joined to your oppressor. And here you'll come in here, man, you will learn how to be free from your oppressor. How to stand on your own. How to for the first time in your life, how to be a real man. See, a lot of us, we think we know what being, we don't know what it's like to be a man till you come in here. Then you learn what being a real man is. Learn it. It's taught to you. You learn the most important thing. Here you learn how to serve the Lord. It ain't nothing more than that. You don't get fooled by smooth words. What it say in Psalms, his words smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. Scripture say we don't put wicked rulers over us, man. And we've done all those things, and it does what? And it's done what? It's led to our destruction. It's destroyed us. Right? But in his heart, imagine it how to hit. Because that's the truth, man. It couldn't think about this. Think about the strategy of somebody that want to destroy you, right? Now, here it is. You separated from them. Not joined at the hip with them. So you got your own this, that, and the third. So you governing yourself. In order for him to destroy you the way he wants to destroy you, he needs to get you under his foot, where he's governing you, where he's passing the laws according to what he wants you to do. The thing is, he passes laws, he's looking at you and saying, okay, if I pass this law, I can harm them in this manner. If I make this a law, he's looking at you and passing laws to do what? Destroy you. But it took what? It took us to get under his foot. We had to march and sing and dance for voters' rights and civil rights, and everybody joined hand to hand. Now is a time where we can look back on that. Now we're supposed to be looking at that and saying, what? You know what? Made a mistake, man. That wasn't a good idea. That wasn't a thing to do. Instead, what happens? They looked at brothers and sisters like, oh man, they messed up when the people that led us into this mess is the ones that messed up. This is how crafty your enemy is. This is how crafty he is. This is not, America is not some place for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is a place that does everything it can to destroy us, man. Right? It says he will weep with his eyes. But if he find this opportunity, not be satisfied with blood, man. He'll weep with his eyes. They'll get up there, man, and give some of the greatest speeches ever. Think about, I won't think about this. Right? Joe Biden called black people predators. Do you, and like we still threw our vote behind him. Like, do we really honestly believe he called him a brother? We really actually think like he really changed his mind? Like he still don't think in a foul way of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? This is such the problem. But there is somebody you can serve. There's somebody you can serve. There's somebody you can serve that actually cares about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's somebody you can serve that actually does not think you are a predator. There's somebody you can serve. It's Christ, man. You can come in here and learn and serve Christ, man, and learn how to serve the Lord the right way. Not in a Christian way. Not in some fake Israelite group way. Those are ways you don't serve the Lord in those ways, man. You come in here under Commander General Yohana and learn how to serve the Lord properly, man. You want some change? You want change in your neighborhood? You want a real change in your neighborhood? You want to be somewhere where somebody really love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? You want to be somewhere where somebody ain't bowing down to the oppressor? You come in here, man. You come in here, man. You come in here. Put on all black. Do your 90 days. Scripture say try the spirit. Come in here and try. And you'll see, man. You will see. I guarantee you will see, man. We don't depend on elected officials. Not in here, man. Nevertheless, we still get it done. We still feed blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We feed them. We clothe them. We expunge their felonies. We get it done in here, man. Under Commander General Yohana, man. It says, but if he findeth the opportunity, he won't be satisfied with blood. It's not a think of all the unaliving the oppressor has done to us. Think about it for just a hot second. Wouldn't you think to yourself, wouldn't you think at some point, it seems like it would get said like, well God dog. God dog. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. He done murdered and hurt and harmed and done so much. Good night. But it's not enough. They're not satisfied with that. They're not satisfied with it. Never enough blood for your oppressor, man. He wants to utterly wipe you off the face of the earth. This is what makes the scripture such a heavy thing. Because it say what? It say don't set a wicked king over thee or a king of another nation. This is why, man. And this is why. Because we'll be in the condition that we in right now. And guess what? The only people who care is us. The only people that won't change is us. Right? Next thing we're going to Jeremiah, and we're going to the 4th chapter in Jeremiah. This is like the biggest hoax ever put blacks, Hispanics, and Native American is that we vote our way out of this condition that we in. Actually, voting, putting our trust in voting, is the very thing that got us in this condition. Putting our trust and our hope to people that want to destroy us from the beginning was a mistake. Go through what's so crazy is you can go through different periods in time, whether it's the Romans. Now, see that the same oppressor people is constantly trying to destroy us, man. They constantly trying to destroy us. Okay? It was a point where we didn't know what was going on or we was cut off from our history, but now the Lord is starting to reveal these things, show these things again, man. And now we able to see these are the people that's destroying us, man. We got to start building ourselves back up and putting back on our strength, man. We got to start putting back on fighting spirit. When I say fighting, I don't want nobody thinking talking about getting up and going to punch somebody in the face. That's not what I. We don't have to do. We fight with our brotherhood. That's what we fight with. That's why it's so important to come in here. Because in here you have real brotherhood, man. In here, brothers really love each other, man. That's what happens inside of here, man. Brothers really love one another in here, man. We genuinely care about each other. And we generally care about the brothers that's not in here. Meaning, how do you know we generally care about the brothers? Because we go out there in the streets and we teach them and we wake them up and tell them who they is and tell them what's going on. Tell them how to get out of the condition that they're in. That's love, man. That's love. Their families is hungry. We go out there and we them and their families, man. Go out there and help them get felonies off their records so they could try to find some good work, find themselves a decent job and go to work and things of that. We do things. Those are loving things, man. Those are things that show a genuine love. Don't I like doing other things, but I put those other things pause because it's something more important what I want to do that needs to get done. Our brothers and sisters is suffering out there. Manager and Johanna send us out there to ease that suffering. That is love. You got fake Israelite groups, man, who use the scriptures to tell black people to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. That's what we got. They use scriptures to tell brothers and sisters to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. They ain't interested in helping blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. But Commander General Yohana is, man. Commander General Yohana is. That's why it's important to get in here. And that's why I say the brotherhood in here is different than anywhere else you will go. It's different than anywhere else you will go. Why? Because you will actually learn how to help blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. How to actually go out there and ease their suffering. Like, yeah, I'm trying. I didn't mean to rant on a little bit, but like, I just had to say, I had to get that out because that's so true, man. Because just like everyday life, when we go out, we see them. It's a brother. When I go to the house, it's a brother that's always just laying like by the Coney Island or by the by just like in a little strip mall or whatever. He's always out there laying on the ground, man. What kind of brother would I be if I didn't help that brother? I don't care if I see the brother 100 goddamn times. Every time is a time to help that brother. I see him. I don't see him you know. But the brother out there, you think he laying on the ground because he want to be there? think he laying on the ground because he said it's a nice day outside and I'm just gonna take me a nap right quick? And imagine how many brothers just walk past and ride past that brother like he don't even consider the brother. Well, Commander General Yohana taught us to do what? Taught us to love that brother. Commander General Yohana taught us that that is a brother just like you a brother. That's your brother right there. You are to help that brother. What Commander General Yohana taught us, man. To Salakia. Back we at Salakia. Get back to the screen. I just literally saw that just earlier today, not too long ago. Brother be out. Out to the So yeah, man. We help brothers and sisters, man. That's what we about in here. Meanwhile, you put your trust in the oppressor, thinking that the oppressor is gonna help. The oppressor ain't gonna help you, man. The oppressor is going to destroy you. How do I know? The proof is right outside this door. Proof is right outside your door. When you walk outside your door, you ride around your neighborhood. When you walk into your corner store, you walk into your gas station. And I use this example that I'm about to use. I use this example a lot, but it's so true. How does another nation of people own every chicken store in our neighborhood when don't nobody eat more chicken than us? Like, it is insane. And it says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? What will we do, man? When we spoil, what do? We turn to the oppressor, and what the oppressor do for us? Turn to the lawmakers, and what they do for us. They give us dispensaries. How what they do? They give us dispensaries. That's what they do. Now you can walk in there and buy every flavor of I don't know whether I can say that word or not, but y'all know what dispensary sell. Y'all walk in there and y'all can buy every flavor, any flavor y'all want, any name y'all want. There are all kind of names in there. Hot Wheels Blazing. I don't know whether that's a real name, but you get my point. Hot Wheels Blazing. Like, let me get some of that Hot Wheels Blazing. That's what we do. But is that what the Lord wants you to do? What you should be asking yourself, man. Nah, that ain't what the Lord wants you to do. The Lord wants you to turn back to Him. You see the difference in the direction that we going in here. It's a difference between when we turn to the Lord and when we turn to our oppressor. When we put our fate in the hands of our oppressor, get destroyed, man. That's the point of what I'm sitting here telling you. Everything that I'm telling you is showing you what? That when we put our fate in the hands of the oppressor, it leads to our destruction. It leads to our destruction. It destroys us. It kills us. It harms us. It does everything but the one thing that we search for. That's deliverance. That's real change. We have to make a decision, man, of what we gonna do. We gonna serve the Lord, or we gonna bow down to the oppressor. You have to make your election sure, man. I was talking to somebody who they just like, I just don't know who have the truth. I'm just so confused about everything. Better make your election sure. Think somebody, oh, I hey, I don't even know what. I just be like, go do it. Like if you can see what somebody else is doing and know it's wrong, and you still confused, you just don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to. In here, you're gonna do the right thing. In here, you're gonna serve the Lord, man. You're gonna conduct yourself like a man of the Lord conducts himself. Right? It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothe thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thyself with ornament, gold. So we look fly, we be fly out here, don't we? Fly out here with our Gucci and Louis Vuitton and oh man, we got diamonds everywhere, gold chains, diamonds all over the place. We got all that. We look real good. All that stuff look nice, huh? Diamonds all in our mouth, all kind of stuff, huh? So thou rentest thy face with paint in vain, that thou makest thyself, and it's all in vain, man. All in vain. Think about think about our entertainers, right? About a man like Puff Daddy, pastor, who who is in the alphabet community. He's in the alphabet community. Is all that money worth being a part of the alphabet community? Have your money. Disgusting. You keep just man. Think about Sexy Red. What man really wants that type of a don't wanna make her your wife? She talking about what color her backside is? These things don't make you fair, man. These things is not the things that these are not the things that the Lord wants you to do. Because guess what? With all that, hot one day, and the next day you are not. You're gonna fall off. Just like everybody else before you. Somewhere working at a damn hot dog stand. Those things cannot sustain you. You get in this kingdom, we are tricked by the oppressor, man. You don't realize that, man. Caught up in the moment, everything is so great. The oppressor is just using you. And we allow them. And we allow them to. But at what point, do we look and say, well, enough is enough? We have to look and be willing to stand up for ourselves and say no more. And say, nah, we ain't taking this no more, man. We want real change. And you know how you get that real change, man? You come in here and you serve the Lord, man. That's how you get that real change, man. And again, that's the importance of sharing these classes. That's the importance of us going out there on them street corners. That's the importance of us having a presence inside of our communities. That's the importance of that, man. Because without us doing the things we do and going out and doing the things that we do, our people would just totally be destroyed, man. Our people need real men that follow the Lord to stand up and say, you know what? That's against God and that ain't right. Because if we don't do it, who else gonna do it? Think TD Jakes gonna do it? Now what y'all waiting on? Y'all waiting on TD Jakes to do it. Huh? Creflo Dollar? Joe Osteen. That's who y'all waiting on to do it. It will never get done by any of them, man. It'll never get done by any of them, man. They just want your money. Here, man, we want you to come in here and serve the Lord. Get in here and get with your brothers, man. That's the best decision that you can ever make in your life, man. Is to come in here and get with your brothers, man. Learn how to raise your family up, man. Learn how to raise your family up, man, and be the head of your household, man. Lead your woman, man. You learn so many things coming in. Just did not know in the world, man. Didn't know it. Too many of our people want to celebrate Easter and chase around a rabbit laying eggs and Easter egg hunting and all that old stupidity, man. 30 years old doing a dang on Easter egg hunt. Painting some dang on eggs, about to go hide them. Look for them. Knowing that a rabbit don't lay eggs. It's time to come out of that garbage, man. Scripture say when I was a child, I did childish things. When you didn't know no better, that's one thing, man. Grown man about to go do an Easter egg hunt. It says, thy lovers will despise thee. They will seek thy life, man. The lovers will these things, these people that you love, your oppressor, pay you to go out there and basically humiliate yourself, man. And degrade yourself. He gonna despise you, man. He just using you. When he done with you, guess what he gonna do? He's going to throw you away. like he's done everybody before. You will be no different. What make you think you different? Not. Not. He gonna do the same thing to you he's done with every other brother, sister that he has done, that this same thing has happened to. Again, we in a time where we have to make the decision to serve the Lord, man. We at a time where we got to make the decision to say, you know what? Get all this other stuff, man. I'm going to fully commit myself to the Lord. I don't care about no politician. I don't care about no money. I don't care about no this, that, and the third. I'm focused on the Lord. That's what we got to do, man. That's where we at with it. And it says they will seek thy life, man. They destroying you and crushing your life, man. Think about what it's doing to somebody like Sexy Red and Meg Thee Stallion. Think about what it's doing to all the younger sisters up under them. It's destroying them. Sisters not thinking about being wives and being mothers no more, man. They don't care about those things no more. Those things mean nothing to them. But nobody is telling them when they hit 40, only that man. They gonna want that man next to them. They gonna wake up one day and they gonna realize it. I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. But for a lot of them, it's gonna be too late, man. They're gonna be lonely and bitter. But nobody is telling them that. Nobody is trying to have them avoid that. They just think it's cool to be baby mamas. How would sisters be nowadays? They be baby mamas. They don't be wives. And they okay with it. They don't want to be a wife. They want to be a baby mama, man. And it's sad, man. It is so sad, man. That they done turned sisters and made them think that the greatest position a sister can have, man, is a wife and a mother. They done made them think that is a low position for a woman to have. Position a woman shouldn't have. She need her independence. Independent black woman. Don't let no man tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. They listen to that foolishness, man. That's just like the serpent Garden of Eden to the woman. We have to stop allowing the oppressor to destroy us like that. Your oppressor is your enemy. Your oppressor is your enemy, man. Make no mistake about that. Right? There. Jeremiah the 30th chapter. Jeremiah the 30th chapter. Right? That's how we have to start looking at it. Because if we don't start looking at it and saying, you know what, this dude, these people these people that's in our neighborhood, that's over us, that's ruling over, all of these people, all these other nations of people are our enemies. That's how we have to start doing it. Because looking at it with love and thinking about it as we just have to love everybody, look at the result of that. The result of loving everybody has not worked in our favor. And think about this. If a brother and a sister is in a relationship, right? You would tell that sister, that man don't love you. Get the hell away from him. That you would tell that brother, that woman don't love you. Get the hell away from them. That's what you would say. Well, it's the same thing with these other nations. They don't love us. And we should get the hell away. I can give me a second. I got to check and see if got any questions. Questions. Of course, as usual, Salaki, I did say it in the beginning, but if y'all do have any questions, just chat. Definitely problem. Problem, man. Definitely will. Yeah. We have to look at it like that, man. We have to say that. Same way we would deal with it. We dealing with it amongst each other. Damn sure should be looking at it like that with other nations, man. That's a real start to a solution. Because if we start realizing that they don't love us and we start taking our love back away from them, we'll start loving each other. We'll start caring about each other. We'll start looking at each other different. We'll start treating one another different. And everything will start changing, man. Okay? Everything will start changing. Are we going to Jeremiah 30? Oh, 30 and 40. You have to understand again. Again, our oppressor is our enemy. That's the whole point of tonight's class. To get an understanding that whether it doesn't matter who we vote for, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we think they so nice, think they so we got oppressor friends. We have to. We must stop giving our love to the oppressor. We must stop depending on the oppressor to solve black problems, man. Solve the issues that we have inside of our community, man. It's time that we start looking at each other, man. It's time that we start depending on one another. That's what it's time we start doing. That is what it's time we start doing, man. Right? 30 and 14 says, all thy lovers have forgetting thee. We've given our love to every single nation on the planet. They forgot us, man. We've given our love to every single nation and they forgot us. How do I know they forgot us? Because look at what your neighborhood has turned into. Look at your neighborhood and then go into their neighborhoods and look at their neighborhood. Their neighborhood and your neighborhood don't look the same. It doesn't. They look totally different, and it looks totally different for a reason. Because they come into your neighborhood, suck the life and all the resources out of your neighborhood. They build their neighborhood up. Your neighborhood crumbles. But guess what? You still say, I got to love everybody. I got to love everybody. When loving everybody is destroying you, loving everybody is effing destroying you. You cannot give your love to everybody. Especially when when the people that you trying to love, none of them love you. None of them love you in return. They all seek to destroy you. You give them love and they give you hatred in return. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seeketh thee not. They don't care about your well-being. They seeketh thee not. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care whether you starving and in the ghetto. They don't care about you being strung out on drugs. Care about none of that. They seen you had a drug problem, man, and they said we need stiffer. They said we need stiffer penalties on these drug people, these drugs. We need stiffer penalties on them, man. They doing with these drugs the whole time? They the ones bringing all the drugs in. You going to prison for all the drugs that they bringing in. Imagine that. Imagine that. You go to prison for all the drugs that they bring in. It's a war on drugs on you. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy. The Lord said he wounded us with the wound of an enemy, man. For our disobedience, our hard-headedness, our stiff-neckedness. We looked at everything that the other nations had. For some reason, that just looked so glorious to us. Not what the Lord has for us. not what the Lord intended for us to have, not what the Lord said. Think about it. We already set up on the best land. The Lord gave us the best land on the planet. The Lord made us the best people on the planet. We got the best land. We are the best people on the entire planet. And we looked at the other nations and said, man, that sure looks great. The Lord said he wounded us with the wound of an enemy, man. Because of it. Think about it. We got the best, man. Our sisters is the best sisters on the planet. Why would you want to go to some other nation? All these beautiful, fine sisters on the planet. I will never understand something like that, ever in my life. Even when I was in the world, it's just, no. I love, man. Sisters is the best. I'm telling you. I tell you. They are the best. Why would we look and think that a woman from another nation is better than the sister? Sister, why would you look at a man from another nation and think he you better than a brother? That's why the Lord wounded us, man. The Lord said we separate from nations, man. And too often, man, we turn to these other nations. Brothers get with a woman from a nation thinking what? Thinking she ain't gonna she know how to behave. She gonna listen. A sister ain't gonna listen. A sister is gonna listen, brother. She'll listen. She'll follow your leadership. She will. You just gotta be a strong man. Look at a sister and say, "Oh, nah, she ain't gonna listen." You a weak man. Run to another nation of women, talking about, yeah, she'll listen to what I say. I tell her sit down somewhere, she just gonna go sit down somewhere. That's a stupid lie. Watch too much TV. A stupid lie. Watch way too much television. Stop watching so much TV. It's not true. You just a traitor. That's your problem. Just don't know no better. Or it's self-hatred. Okay? Don't ever think a sister won't submit to a brother. I've actually, and the reason why I said that is because I actually have heard that brothers in the world say they don't date sisters because they feel like sisters is too rough and they don't listen. No, it's the punk. Fuck you. Sweet. That's the problem. Okay? Or wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, man. Because we because of things like that, man. You can't look at the other nations. It's a chastisement of a cruel one, man. With the correction of with chastisement of a. What does it mean when they say that? Think about what's been done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here inside of this kingdom. the chastisement of a cruel one. Think about Salakia. Think about a pregnant sister, man. About that. Think about an oppressor cutting her stomach open, baby coming out, and he taking the heel of his crushing skull of the baby. This oppressor that we are under, and think about now, that same oppressor is the very oppressor that we turn into, attempting to pull us out of the condition that we in. Think about what I just said first, and think about the fact that we turn to this very same oppressor out of the condition that we're in. That seems a tad bit insane, doesn't it? That seems insane. How in the world would we depend on the same person that would do something like that to now say, you know what? Change my mind and I like y'all. I'm going to help y'all out of what I done to y'all. Makes absolutely no sense. It says, for the multitude of thy iniquity. For the multitude of thy iniquity. For the multitude of the things that we did. Because we don't really understand how to treat each other like brothers. Like, we really don't. A lot of that stuff that we do in the world, it sounds good, but it's really never anything behind it, because it never really can be anything behind it, because it has to have the Lord involved. It has to balance itself. We have to have guidelines amongst ourselves, and that's what the law bring in. The law bring in the guidelines and the rules that would regulate whatever it is that we chose to do. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we can't sit there and think of what's right and wrong and make those decisions for ourselves. That's not, because we took on a covenant with the Lord to do what? What he says is right and wrong. So we don't, like, I'll give a quick example. We can't eat pork, right? So-called oppressor, eat all the pork he want. We can't eat pork because the Lord said pork is unlawful. We don't just do the things that we want to do. We have to do the things that's right in the eyes of the Lord, which is why we suffer differently than the other nations. But it's a great thing though. That's not a bad thing or a sad thing, because of our obedience. Guess what? The Lord gave us the best of everything, and again, He made us the best people on the planet. It's nobody greater than Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's nobody who's contributed more than Blacks, Hispanics, and Black Hispanics and Native Americans, man. right? It says, because thy sins were increased. And basically, in a nutshell, just because we chose to continually disobey the Lord, man. And we continually do it even to this day. Even to this day, man. At what point do we start turning back to the Lord? Like, it got to be a point where somebody say, you know what? I heard them brothers on the corner say this, that, and the third, and now I'm starting to see they was right. And now I'm starting to see what they saying was the exact truth. I stood out there for 45 minutes and argued with them brothers about this, but now I see what they saying. They were absolutely right. That's what we got to do. We have to change. We have to start changing. We got to start putting on the full armor, man. We have to start putting on the full armor. Black, Hispanic, American, man. You got to start putting on the full armor because it's actually that time. I always say it's getting to that, but it really is. We are there, man. Any day now. All hell is gonna break loose. And you think your oppressor gonna think the oppressor gonna care about you in that day? He gonna show you how much he care about you. He's going to show you how much he care about you, man. These classes should be packed. It should be standing room only, every single class. Should be. Give it a minute. It will. We still think our oppressor love us. For some strange, I don't know why. Your oppressor is your enemy, man. Your oppressor is definitely your enemy. All right. Let's get Ecclesiastic Bible, 10th chapter. 10th chapter. I want to say this too, man. How in the world are we voting for anybody or put us on the planet to rule the planet? We voting for a president or some nonsense like that when the Lord put us here to rule the planet. We supposed to be on top. We supposed to be setting the laws of what's right and what's wrong and stuff like that. But because we chose to follow the oppressor, guess what? Lord put us under his foot. And this is what we get, what we got. We have to come back to the Lord, man. If you want real change, if you want real change, you have to come and serve the Lord. You have to come back and start following these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's the only thing as a people we have not tried. It's the only thing that we say that a brother will say, come do, and our people will say, you know what? Nah, to hell with that. I'm not trying that. I don't want nothing to do with following the law. No. Law done away with. Ain't nobody got to do that no more. Jesus nailed the law to the cross. It's the only thing we won't try. It's the only thing we have a problem with. We will try everything else. We'll follow every god from every other nation on the planet. We'll be all doing Ramadan. We'll do all that stuff with no problem. But when it comes to following the laws of the Bible, it got every reason not to follow it. Let me tell y'all something, man. That's the only real solution. It's the only real solution. And you really gonna understand that when you start loving your people more than you love them other nations. Okay? You'll really understand that once you start getting in here and you start seeing it, and you start seeing brothers live that lifestyle, it'll start registering to you differently. You'll be like, damn, these brothers live it. They ain't just out there talking about it. You come in here and you get to see brothers live it. And you will see the effect that it has on brothers' lives, man. Sisters' lives, man. How they deal with their family, how they deal with their household, how they deal with other brothers. You will actually get to see these things starting to come to life, man. But you have to come in here to see that. Okay? Ecclesiastes 10:7 says, I have seen servants of horses. What does it mean? I've seen servants of horses. Meaning, Israel, we supposed to be on top. We supposed to be the leaders of the world. They ain't supposed to be the UN, United States, Britain, and all this old other stuff, man. We supposed to be on top. We supposed to be on top executing what the Lord said do. Executing the Lord's laws in the world, man. That's the way things are supposed to be set up. Instead, because we made a decision to do something different. We made a decision that we loved the people that we was meant to rule over. We chose to follow their way of life. For some strange reason. And because we chose to do that, guess what? Now, the servants is on the horses. Servants, they in the rulership. They done got up over us. Servants walk. Servants don't ride. You ever seen that scene in Django where they rode into town and the dude was like, why is everybody looking at us? He was like, they ain't never seen no on a horse. Servants don't ride horses, man. Okay? I have seen servants upon horses. And princes walking as servants. And that's what we, and in this side, this kingdom, that's what we do. We walk as we servants inside of this kingdom, man. We serve every other nation every other nation inside of this kingdom. We serve them, man. When that's not how the Lord intended. Lord intended for those nations to serve us. But instead of us being served, guess what? We serve them in this kingdom, man. The Lord set us up for rulership, not no other nation. No oppressor. How in the hell? How in the hell the oppressor ruling over you? And we had to teach him how to clean his body. They used to wear their clothes till it disintegrated on us. How in the hell is he ruling over you now all of a sudden? They ain't even know how to clean themselves. Now all of a sudden they go from not knowing how to clean themselves. Now they in control of Irish Spring, Dow, Zest, Coast. What in the hell is going on here? Lord said he see servants on horses, man. And princes walking as servants, man. Upon the earth. That ain't the way the Lord intended things to be. It damn sure ain't the way he intended for us to be. At some point, man, we have to want better for ourselves. At some point, we have to say, enough is enough, man. And you have to come in here and get with your brothers, man. And stand for the Lord and stand for Christ, man. And come in here and be a part of, and come in here and really be a part of Christ's army, man. They got y'all thinking we something that we not, meaning we some kind of violent gang. They got you thinking that we just a bunch of thugs. They put all this kind of nonsense out. No, man. You come in here, you gonna get brotherhood like you ain't never seen before nowhere else, man. You gonna come in here and you gonna get loved by brothers that actually genuinely love you, man. Care about you. Care what's going on with you. Care about your well-being, man. Care about the well-being of your family, man. You actually gonna get that in here, man. You're not gonna get that nowhere else, man. Don't get what you get in here anywhere else. And that's what we need. We need that because we've been so beat down out there in the world. We've been so beat down out there in the world. We've been so pummeled out there in the world. Downtrodden, man. Oppressed. We actually need a place where we can come, actually get love, man. Actually get some, and actually get people who actually care about us. Actually can get some real brotherhood. ISUPK under Hannah. That Shalom Israel.
Passover coming.